This video is brought to you by my friends at Thrive Fantasy, the daily fantasy sports app for player props. Use promo code TOUGIES when you sign up today, and you'll receive a 100% instant first deposit match up to $100, plus 2 free contest entries when you deposit at least $10. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store, the Play Store, or by visiting their website at www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and prop up today. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another roster update-related video. The third version of my custom rosters are now live and available for all of you on Series S or X. Again, unfortunately, I have to clarify right off the top that we cannot download rosters from other consoles. If you're on PS4, PS5, or the Xbox One, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. That's how they set it up this year. But I did want to talk about and give kind of a quick overview of some of the things that have changed. Of course, we have had a lot of created players with the roster file this year. No new players as of yet. I'm still going to be working on adding like 3rd, 4th round picks and beyond. But we have updated quite a bit of information regarding a lot of these guys, including the likes of people who have gone up the rankings for the upcoming draft. Logan Cooley, Joakim Kamel, those two guys in particular have gotten a boost. And what you're going to see is a pretty drastic change in regards to a lot of player overalls, which have been updated. Of course, player transactions have also been factored in, but player potentials as well. One of the big things that I've updated, case in point with somebody like Troy Terry, who we've boosted up his trade value primarily by giving him high elite potential. And that's a lot of what you're going to see throughout this roster file is the boosting up of certain high-value prospects who, if you give a more accurate potential to, in a more, I guess, quote-unquote realistic sense, you're going to see a lot of unrealistic trades and the AI not valuing these players as they should. So a lot of prospects, such as Lucas Dostal, should he be high elite? In a traditional sense, no, but this way, Anaheim actually values him. Of course, EA have made some changes with how goalie values work, in my opinion, often not for the better. So you're going to see a lot of that. You're going to see a lot of Jamie Drysdales being high elites in this game. I'm not going to go over every single team and every single player here. We'll leave some surprise and some suspense. But for example, I mean, Trevor Zegras, who a lot of people are like, how do you only have him as a 79? And I said, hey, give it time. He'll get better throughout the year. Case in point, he's already up to an 83 high elite. He's an absolute monster within franchise. He'll go up by about 5 points by the end of Season 1. And as I mentioned, a lot of overalls have changed too. I've reworked my formula a little bit. Again, I have the formula based off of what EA describes as a 4th line player. We combine that with, you know, the stats side of things, the analytics side of things, to try and get these guys to a proper overall range. And again, there'll be some people that you disagree with, and of course, as well, it's based on a 3-year scale, as I always say. But you'll see now, I mean, someone like, you know, there's a drastic difference between someone like Jay Beagle and someone like Nick Schmaltz, who ends up being a decent, you know, second to, I mean, really kind of a high end, but really a second line type of player. So the Coyotes are absolutely tragic. And I will point out for those who are confused, of course, Louis Eriksson gets a bump up to $12 million because otherwise the game will auto-organize their contracts and make every contract unrealistic instead of just Louis. So those are the big things to really focus on here. Again, will be the updated player overalls and definitely a different look at potentials, even for Arizona, trying to let them actually value Karl Vejmelka a little bit, as they should. He's been great. And I mentioned transactions. Tuukka Rask back with the Bruins. You'll love to see it. A lot of people still upset about Charlie McAvoy being a 95, and those people I tend to ignore because you don't know what you're talking about, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting. Like, some people will be mad about David Pastrnak being high franchise, but let's just try to make sure that the Bruins don't trade him for far, far too little. We have tested this out on stream a little bit, and to be honest, I am very happy with the results. Particularly, I'm happy with the AI and what they do at the trade deadline. A lot less in my limited sample size so far. And shout out to Tage Thompson, who has gone up significantly already this year for me and might keep going up. But while you're never going to be able to fully make franchise mode realistic, that's just not going to happen. And I think a lot of people need to understand that there is no custom roster set that will make franchise mode perfectly play out the way that we would like to see it play out, the way that it's playing out right now in the NHL. You're never going to be able to perfectly replicate that because franchise mode is far, far too random. It simply is. So, like I said, though, at the very least, you can get kind of close. I mean, I will say in the sim that I've done so far, you'll have teams like Chicago still make the playoffs. So, again, there's only so much you can do. But I think that pretty much kind of covers it in terms of everything related to this. Like I said, the big thing are the potentials. Attribute-wise, you will see a lot of 99s still. And again, to explain this, and I will go through every single one of them again. Deking being a 99. Oh, isn't that going to make all the AIs kind of do crazy stuff? Not really. You might see Matt Martin try a dangle for once, but that's not overly immersion breaking, especially if you have the right slider set, which again, I'll have a video out very soon about the sliders I've been using recently. I finally found that slider set that I'm really enjoying. Hand-eye being a 99. Again, not that big of a deal. It's really not, in my experiences with the gameplay. You could feel that I'm wrong on that, but again, I wouldn't set it to a 99 if I thought it was game-breaking. Passing, of course, based on an analytical approach, and then puck control at a 99 as well. Puck control is a completely useless stat. It really is. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, if everyone has a 99, or based on what you do with the sliders, nothing in that puck skills category really has that negative of an effect. And it is the passing category, as you can see with Nino Niederreiter. It's really only the passing within that category that weighs heavily on the overall. So, again, I don't hate where it is. Discipline, of course, based off of pure stats. Offensive awareness based on the analytical side of things, how good of a play driver somebody is. Poise, once more, completely useless stat. I have had it explained to me by the devs in person, face-to-face, that it is a carryover stat. It used to essentially act as someone's like star power in a sense. Granted, this isn't Guitar Hero, but if you remember like NHL 06 when they were hero lines and stuff like that, poise is still kind of a holdover from that era. It has very little effect. It is not directly tied to someone's playoff performance, so there's no reason to not boost deking, hand-eye, puck control, poise up to 99 if that means I can keep Andrei Svechnikov's defensive awareness as low as it should be, but still have him reach an appropriate overall. Again, that is the reason behind this stuff. Shooting's based on the analytical side of things, as is defensive awareness. Face-offs based on pure numbers. Shot blocking on pure numbers. Everyone gets 99 stick checking. Same thing as puck control. You can control it with the sliders. It's not overpowered for him to have 99 stick checking. It's simply not. Skating, for the most part, based off of reputation. Obviously, it's a little bit more difficult to kind of quantify in a pure number. And then the physical category as well. Aggressiveness and body checking based off of numbers, durability based off of games played, fighting skill, you'll see a lot of 99s, and strength, you'll see a lot of 99s too. And again, everyone having 99 strength, oh, well, that means no one will take a big hit. Like, no, because you still have players with truculence. Like Andrei Svechnikov can run into someone else with 99 strength and 99 balance and still absolutely truck them. So I'm telling you, first glance, I get it. Oh, 99s, isn't that breaking the game? I promise you it's not. Test it out. Don't just look at something at first glance. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and toot my own horn in a sense, but would people actually use my rosters? Would they actually download my rosters to this extent if it was solely off of reputation? Tactics, I love the guy. Good friend of mine. He's a bigger YouTuber than I am. He is. He has more subscribers than I do. So would people be using my rosters if they thought I was just completely going about this the wrong way? You know? That's my point. Like, just trust me on this. I have obsessed over this stuff. Trust me. And also, support tactics. Support someone like Knight. I haven't gotten to use this roster, but support someone like Knight91. Definitely support Snipe and Score. And again, if you're not on the Series S, you're not on the Series X, it's okay. You can still test out other people's rosters. See what's out there. You get to do what I don't get to do. I don't have this game for PS4 or PS5. I can't check out what's going on with other roster files. There might be some great roster files out there that I'm completely unaware of. But again, back to the point, I don't really want to go through every single team. You know what? Screw it. We will. We'll scroll really quickly through every single team. Obviously, you won't be able to see the full badges that that people have. But like I said, throughout the year, I sit here and go through a lot of this. Like Nazem Kadri's gotten a big boost. He's been incredible this year. McKinnon, only a 93 because the defense is down a little bit. So a lot of people will be like, oh, well, why is he lower than Rantanen? Because Rantanen's a little bit better defensively. That's why. And then defensively, too. Again, a lot of people are like, how is Devon Taves a 94? It's so unrealistic. He's only getting paid $4.1 million. Yet you notice this season you're seeing a lot more people cover just how good Devon Taves is. He is really, really, really good. And you can always edit it down if you want to. And Cale Makar's a high franchise at 92. With almost every offensive stat being a 99, you don't have to worry about him not being good enough within franchise mode. He's absolutely gross. Absolutely gross. But there are a lot of fun teams definitely to use here as well. Like I said, I'm really happy with the state of the rosters right now. Put in a lot of work with this. Something like Patrick Laine might honestly get gold 1T back. It's close. It's close. There are some debatable players, of course, in terms of what badges they get. Some, of course, like I said, the truculence is all tied to checking, as is the shot blocking. Rupe Hintz having the a shooting badge is related outright to his shooting numbers. Then you have some guys like Jason Robertson, who's elite. He's so good, but doesn't have the biggest track record. So then do you give him a badge or not? Like, it's certainly created more of an argument this year in terms of how you set people up, who gets badges, who doesn't. Of course, start of the year, we had the big thing where people would have gold truculence or they would have gold ice pack, and it would boost up their value a little bit much. And obviously, I stepped back on that. A lot of those guys now only have silver truculence. I don't think I have a single gold or, single gold ice pack or truculence at this point. Then we get to Edmonton. Connor McDavid, I have officially broken my scale for. I said 95 is the highest I'd go. I made Connor a 96, so people would stop their bitching. And they will still complain, which is fine. I don't expect that really to be any of you that continue to support what we do here. Shout out to Stuart Skinner, continuing to be good. And again, I want the Oilers to actually value him and hopefully not trade him while they continue to have garbage goaltending. And my God, the Florida Panthers, big updates for Duclair and for Hagee, who are just goated. Sam Bennett gets a big upgrade as well. He's been great. Anton Lundell as a rookie has been phenomenal. So the Panthers are an absolute wagon in franchise mode. Not that they weren't with my previous update. Shout out to Drew Doughty, along with the likes of Seth Jones getting updates. Jonathan Quick continues to get an update throughout the year, gets better and better. Like I said, you gotta have your baseline for the start of the year, and then continue to make adjustments as you go. Shout out to Kaprizov again, absolute monster. Shout out to Ryan Hartman, who keeps getting better and better. And then there's Montreal, who are, at the time of recording, the team with the fewest amount of wins in the NHL so far this year. Craziness. Absolute craziness. There's one defender down here. It is Norlinder, who, of course, is not on their roster anymore. No point in putting him over in Sweden or anything like that, because he just gets moved back to Laval by the time franchise starts. Nashville as well. I mean, it's not just the rise that we've seen within Ultimate Team. You also have the outright rise of Matt Duchene and not Marcus Johansson. I was just looking at Minnesota. Ryan Johansson has been, Johansson has been phenomenal this year. Jack Hughes keeps getting better. It's the fun of it, to continually update everything throughout the year and see just where exactly end up. Shout out to Jonas Siegenthaler, who is pretty underrated from an analytical standpoint. Sorokin's now outright the best goaltender on the New York Islanders. I'm not going to go through the AHL. Like I said, I'm going to leave things as a bit of a surprise, mainly because I don't have a ton of time today. And honestly, if it sounds like I'm slurring some of my words, which it might, I just got back from the dentist and half of my face is still numb. So appreciate the effort, why don't you? But, God, the Rangers. Shout out to Ryan Reeves, 2-goal game. Down to a 74, though. Adam Fox, same thing as Cale Makar. I mean, they're both 94, 95s if they'd had 3 seasons under their belts. Shesterkin's unbelievable. Honestly, has good value already. You could give him gold dialed in if you wanted to. Like, he's getting to that point. He's a freak. It's just a shame that high overall goalies don't mean a damn thing within franchise. That's another big thing that I never understood, was people really being so down, I guess, so negative towards the idea of some goalie overalls being lower, when it's like, okay, you have Carter Hart. He's an 88, and he has a 905 save percentage, you know? But at the same time, you would have, here's 79 Martin Jones with a 930. So that's how franchise works. Tristan Jarry keeps getting better. Brian Dumoulin. That's right, Dumoulin. Evan Rodriguez, who keeps getting better. I didn't think I'd make Evan Rodriguez better than Kasperi Kapanen. Again, people hate on Gensel being better than Crosby. Those people are dumb, because Jake Gensel's elite and a half. Same with Tomas Hertl. Got a lot of, why is Tomas Hertl a 91? Have you watched Tomas Hertl play hockey? Have you looked at the numbers? Same thing for 5 goals in a game, Timo Meier. It's nuts how good these guys are. Burns and Carlson on the comeback trail. Vlasic, not so much. He's down to a 77. Absolutely awful. Seattle's goaltending, of course, has taken a drastic hit. Their defense has taken a bit of a hit. This team can still sim pretty well within franchise, because franchise is going to franchise. Carson Kuhlman, I miss you already. Oh, St. Louis. Ryan O'Reilly is almost impossible to beat on faceoffs. 95 faceoffs with quick draw. Good luck, have fun. Robert Thomas gets a big boost. He was not the only one. Jordan Kyrou got a big boost as well, because those two have had an unbelievable season. Absolutely unreal season for them. Ville Husso keeps getting better too. He used to be on my punching bag for goalies who weren't NHL caliber. Can't be my punching bag this year. Ville Husso has been pretty good for these St. Louis Blues. Corey Perry gets a nice little boost. He's back up to an 80. Didn't think that would happen, but that's where we're at. Braden Point officially switched back from second line kind of minutes to first line, and as a result, the big jump up to a 94. Again, we do factor in ice time. Obviously, still got Austin Matthews at a 95. Ilya Mikheyev back up to an 80. He has been crazy lately. Absolutely crazy. Andre Kasha keeps getting better. Sandin and Liljegren, of course, getting better and better there, too. Had to bump up Joseph Wall a little bit, along with the rest of the goalies. Demko, of course, still looking great. And obviously, too, the other big thing to kind of wrap this up while we go over the final few players is you still can't stop the AI from being kind of dumb. And honestly, it's not to do with me assigning more abilities than what EA does. It happens with EA's most recent roster update, too. The AI just does not properly balance the importance of player overall, player role, as compared to trying to make sure that they have the best boosts with coaching strategies. It is an issue I brought up to EA. I don't know if they'll be able to address it until NHL 23, unfortunately, but that's another thing that you'll see. And I promise you, I've tested it. I've looked at EA's most recent updates. It's not because, like, oh, well, more players have badges, so people get scratched. It has nothing to do with that. It's just one of the, unfortunately, many things they still have to work on, franchise mode-wise. It's a good mode. It is not a great mode at this point in time, as much as it pains me to say it, but maybe, just maybe, we'll be there sooner rather than later. So at the very least, those are a look at the NHL rosters. Again, there's still a lot to see between the AHL and obviously juniors, everything else. But that is your primary look there. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, you'll probably get some sass if I explain something and you still hit me with the, why is this way? And I look forward to the sarcastic comments that say exactly that. You guys are my favorite. I love you. But yeah, that'll do it for now. Again, any questions you have, ask away. I am not against the idea of valid criticism. But if it's going to be the same old garbage of, why is this way, then I'm going to sass you, because I'm a sassy boy and I like to sass. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for downloading. Let's make it official, because I actually have not officially updated this. It will be there. But of course, we will go to share my files. We will go to upload saved files. New save file. And it will be Tougie. Let's go Tougie, YouTube, TTV, V3. I guess we'll type out version 3. Again, it's ridiculous what like character limitations they have. I knew that would be too many characters. Damn it. Let's just go. The official name, Tougie. Version 3. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we will select it. And we will, what will we put here? Let's go updated transactions. Transactions. Oh my god, this takes forever. Updated transactions. OVRs. Potential. Hopefully I can put commas. If not, this is going to suck. We will also put YouTube TTV. Check them out. We're literally going to put M. Check him out. Son of a bitch. Yay. Why? Why? It's so stupid. Oh, God. As much as I love roster sharing, they had to do something that would just be stupid. Updated transactions. OVRs. Potentials. Let's do spaces. YouTube. TTV. Tougie 24. Am I allowed to put numbers? Tougie 20. I don't think I'm allowed to put numbers, so there we go. Oh my sweet mother of God. Updated stuff. YouTube, TTV, thank you. What is censored? Is it the capitalization? The spaces? Oh my god. YouTube, TTV. This is ridiculous. Tougie 24. YouTube. Stop with the fucking, stop with the, thank you. YouTube, TTV. We're gonna get this. We're gonna do it. Check them out. Cool. All right, we finally got something. It must have just been the spaces? I don't even know. Let's see if we can do this now. Updated transactions. Can't do the autofill now. Bunch of spaces. Go back. Will it save? Yes. Okay, we're going to keep experimenting. Here we go. We're going to make this work. Updated transactions. Overalls. Okay, now we're cooking with gas. Now we just need to put potentials. Potentials. Okay, cool. And we will officially upload that. So again, if you're on the Series X or the Series X, check out version 3. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. This game is a shit show sometimes, and I love it.